Good morning to you, Mr. Kalaba.
Peter Potter, it's good to see you. Any relationship with the late Mark Potter?
It should be.
Is your dad?
It must have been a dad or something.
Yeah. Wow, thank you. Like father, like son, right?
Of course.
Thank you.
So, welcome to Radio Christian Voice once again. I know that you've been coming here for, a number of programs, engagements, and all that. How's the Citizens First?
Potter, the Citizens First is great. I'm happy to say we are busy with the campaigns that are currently going on. Our colleagues are in the various constituencies campaigning to be elected as members of parliament, as councillors, as mayors, and indeed myself, I'm campaigning to become president of the Republic of Zambia together with my running mate, Moses Mawere. And also our partners, the CF Orange Alliance, they're also everywhere campaigning. So it's a campaign time and we're doing what we know best, campaigning.
Okay. Apart from, just campaigning, what else are you doing uniquely? Because you did contest in the 2021 election.
What we're doing uniquely as CF? I think so far you have not seen me have any rallies. You've not seen me doing any loud activities. You've not seen us do that because we are learning just our lessons. What we did in 2021, we have now taken a different approach towards our campaigns. We are doing agitated type of politics where we need to ensure that this year we should not just participate in elections, we should win in these elections. We didn't get even one. We fielded over 700 councillors and we only got 2. So we have said we can't continue on that trajectory. So we'll ensure that we don't play to the gallery. We'll try to ensure that we get people to parliament. We get people to the council chambers. We get mayors in place. That is what we're trying to do.
Does
so
that
our
have to
method
do
of
with
campaigning
financial discipline? You're trying to be disciplined because perhaps there are not enough resources to continue on the traditional way of doing campaigns.
Look, it's not even about that. It's about methodology. I mean, in campaigns, if you choose a method, you're going to ensure that you find ways and means of doing that particular method. We're supposed to have had a rally in Mansa. That is about the only rally we wanted to have. But unfortunately, His Royal Highness, Paramount Chief Mpezeni, passed on. And so we had to cancel it in respect of the Paramount Chief. People came ready to be addressed by ourselves, but it didn't happen. So we continue to do our own methodologies. We continue to put in place our own plans of campaigns. Remember, people are looking at the Citizens First. They are looking at us as the Citizens First Orange Alliance to ensure that we provide leadership.
When you say people are looking at you, you mean you're confident that this is the time for you to make president?
Definitely confident. Definitely confident. Look, the Zambians are looking for change. Zambians are looking for change and nothing else. They are looking for change, and the Citizens First Orange Alliance team is presenting itself as the alternative. We have been on the market before. We have done the elections before in 2021. We are coming again on the ballot this year. We are not just coming to appear on the ballot. We want Zambians to have a real change. We can't continue with the present, and neither we're going back to the past. Zambians want to find a real solution to the problems that they are going through. And that is why, we are telling our civil servants, and I always talk about civil servants because, I'm a civil servant myself. I spent 10 years in the civil service, so I understand the challenges the civil servants are going through. And so we are telling them, don't worry. You have only got a few months before we make that chance committing suicide as a result of too many Congolese. You have teachers, nurses dying almost every other week because of Congolese. But Congolese because the economy is. So they are forced to live beyond what they are getting, and there has to be relief. That is why the other day when I heard the outgoing government, UPND, they learned that we are at 6% digit inflation. 6%, but it is not reflecting in the way we are living. You had 6% inflation, and yet single-digit inflation, and yet the prices of commodities are still high. So where is the advantage? You keep telling us the dollar now you will punch no 17 to the kwacha, but mtengo wa bunga okay bunga bali was to 196 now it's because of my elections. The price of essential commodities have remained extremely high. So what is the benefit of the UNA dollar? What is the benefit of that single-digit inflation? And in monetary terms, what it means is that there's no money in the economy when you are 6%. That's why because there is no money in the economy. And that is one way why UPND think they have brought development in our country. People have been suffocated. The only way we are going to get out of this quagmire is to kick my UPND out and vote for citizens first. Kusala Harry Kalaba, the president, Mwasala nama MPs, abe minine pachimuti, pa CF, throughout. That's the beginning of the real change you are looking for. Anything different, anything contrary, is maonga pachiribere.
One would say, well, you did serve as, you were equally with the Patriotic Front. You didn't do well as the Patriotic Front. Things were equally high, the price of meal equally high, high inflation. What's the difference now?
You know
that you have decided to go with as citizens first. You were with the PF, you left the PF, you came, you did all these things, but what's the difference now?
But I want to remind you. Now, minimum PF, 9 years ago, Elonale Kelenga Minister of Foreign Affairs. Nefya lengera tindeke. Mula Dr. Nadi Mono Gutila, if you have to buy a Kalaida and Shita. I'm businesses that are Pioxang of Minway Abantu. Jambo of a person, if you have me that a poke of a person. Now, and that if you was at a pangage longer in them a business to a conquer for Abantu. So, Ilena and Didogutila, Chika Japansaka, Musumba Wawadi. Ichika Japansaka Musumba Wawadi. Emula Duina and Jogutila, Inenga Harry Kalaba, na Totera Malimpera Buminsan of Mam. I am sitting at a very privileged position today. I can speak with boldness. Utila, Mupf Nifia Mufshalom, Modifia Wolef. When you pay and Mudifia Wola, if you validate because Tabantam fishing, like for me, name of you. So, no one know till you were in government. You shall be president, but I was not a president. I was just a minister who decided when things were not going right to say, I'm not going to be part of this. And I stopped. Is that a crime? No, it's not a crime. But they continue on the same things that they condemn in the previous administration. What are we doing? 0 plus 0 is 0. So that's why if under CF we are saying change is inevitable. Change is highly important to Nomwaka. It is very, very important to Nomwaka change. But even as we are doing that change, we must go for change that is authentic. And the only authentic change is the only authentic change to Guadeloupe is Citizens First Orange Alliance.
Okay. So you're contesting this year's election outside any alliance. You have the Orange Alliance. Given that the UPND, you want to knock out this political party, which is at the UPND, what makes you believe you can win an election alone without involving others, getting into a larger kind of an alliance?
We have an alliance already, and you see this is the misconception which is out there. Ukubamu alliance, they go back to Kanwamu UPND alliance. Nanguamu alliance India, Iva Pangawa PF. Tekubamu, Nitakwati Inshowanjamu alliance, Ukoyo. Ukubamu alliance, Nifilitobamu alliance, Orange alliance. Now, any alliance. Because there are other political parties, there were 7 political parties in that alliance. The 7 political parties that have sponsored by Citizens First to be the flag bearers for the other guys in the alliance. So, the alliance, we are not only relying on ourselves in that alliance, we are also relying on the people of Zambia. Because the biggest alliance one can have is with the people of Zambia. That's the biggest alliance we can have. So, by UPND, by quite a alliance, you have about 6 or so alliance members. Yeah, you know quite alliance. You have about 6 or 7, and I'm going to be 5. You have alliance. But they are relying on the people of Zambia as well to win the elections. Now, if we have a Harry Kalaba, we are relying on the people of Zambia as well to win the elections. So don't listen to those naysayers telling you, no, my elections, they win my elections, Avena Zambia, they have not told us if Avena Zambia will tell us on the ballot today. The only empirical way of Zambia is through voting. It's through voting. Quite do civil servants, Abashilanda. Because now the only one who's going to help us when they come into government. Civil servants like because I'm a civil servants to never a date swap. Today for I'm a civil servants to never tell my incentives. Like a fundi shaba teacher. Ngoli teacher ufunda mchuombo. Kuambo kufola 100% of your basic pay as rural hardship allowance. Ngoli kapogola. Ngoli musoja. Wonse endra vakala for some government by CF this year. So not wish we teach our civil servant. All civil servant. I mean, you want that vakala civil servants. Them civil servants make an attempt. But na rishiva. Ukutila ama civil servants. Eva le chuchu tika pamo. Abe na bus drivers. Abatuna ba media director beswa. Vadi shweke ma bus drivers wale chula. Mudamu kulimatawa. Mudamu soweto. Eva le chula na wena. Vadi avonse. Ama bus drivers. Vale fwa ikwa ifwe ukube minina ukubala ndila ko. Don't do some quality masukupa mitwe because abantu bali chula. Mu UPND vale bachusha. In the other government the government wale pepeka. Ifo tulefu abakale ibombela. Ukabebwana lale. Panchalo chawo chino. As opposed to what we are seeing now. Bachula pafala.
So in 2021 you finished third in the presidential race. What are you promising the people of Zambia today going into this election?
I mean, Zambia, we are promising them we are promising them a lot of things. First of all, we are promising them liberty. Tulefwaya ubuntu ngwabwele mu Zambia. Ile loba bota ngawapa social media waanda fechintu nganaba kupata. Nishibala ku imela tumekateni. Iyo ifela ndafya bufumika at cyber. Tukali muri cyber. Aba nesu ba UPND, elobali mu opposition. Ba bepeli obufu ba UPND. Taba kwata Nelson. Ba bepeli obufu bakutila. Ifanga ndasa mu government, cyber lo tukafunya hapo. Because ba PF aba ndele cyber lo ya, eba is introduce. Foto la Einstein Act. Eloba UPND basa ipulisha ba Einstein Act. But eloba PF ba iletere ya cyber lo. Ba UPND bali ishta condemn. Iyo cyber mwaleta tatu ifanga tuwasa tukesta ifunya hapo. Elo ba ishire ba UPND cyber. Ba ipanga bana lo. Challenge. So, ifanga tuwaisa. Tulefwaya bwana lale. Tulefwa ubuntu ngobo apsana. Echa number 1. Echa number 2. Ni cost of living. Cost of living na yapa mulusana muri chino echalo. Umulandu wa kutila. Aba aichaba lumendo takwata pa kumoko. Bana market ama capital yabo ya bafe. Chimochi nefi. Ma bus drivers. Cashing. Ata ukashingi leo ine mubasi wako wachi kukashinga. Nishini nkondo. Nomba. Nala kashinga shani ngani 1 pin mlefu haya. Ngani 1.5 mlefu haya. Elo ama basi alife fulu kwa chini makanda. Mungu ni matawa mudi. Nga walonge miku itatu nishina ushuka. Nga walonge miku itatu miku 4. Miku hivi nishuri muaume. Uwa kutina. Nomba. Wene wale mafe kashingi ya kumanina. Abantu bane chula. Fiance fimula nduwa kutila. Cost of living taidi wenu. Takuwa vechalo chakatama industries vabota. Takuwa muli chino chalo mulemba kopa. But ama kopa bullets mulepanga ku China. Nga mpepeto ya kui. Ifo nga ba citizens first to refer to wesho mpepeto. Muli chino chalo mwali mama God. Konse mpanga yonse. There is God in this country. And yet abantu nga bamkwimba God kumufumbu. Abantu nga bamkwimba God kanyelele. Bamukwimba God ku kasenseli. Muna tuma bakapokola tikabeka teni. Kawafunye niko. Yo kapange niko chibumbo kwati beimba. Mula ndunshi. Mwambo kumeta ati my illegal miners. Ifwenga tuwaisa. Ilia issue ya my illegal miners kuya bebele. Ichirefu ya kwa bakadasta department weka la firmu saka mwana wa mati. They have to go kwa sangu wa God. Baka kulia kuine. Baka kupela bantu ama licenses. Baka kutila bali abantu atampoko mbako chanchito. Ubwata tukwete mu Zambia muno. Ichibele china chipitisha sana.
Let me just take you back to the issue of illegal mining. What do you intend on doing if you make it as president?
What we are going to do when we win elections, what we are going to do.
You're saying when?
Not if. When we win elections, what we are going to do is that we are going to ensure that miners who they are calling illegal, are given the correct papers. Why should the Senegalese, why should the people in Mali be experts in being artisanal miners? Why should they be experts? Why are they experts? It's because their countries have been flexible with them. So
what specifically will you be looking at before you issue a license to these miners?
Near empowerment. Number one. Yaliama God balesanga mumpanga. The government ile tola kubasa veya kulia. Musanga ya God. Abe nife abantu para basanga. Elo Bible okutekwa ati oh mwebo kuno na kusangwa God. What government should do is to immediately go and take experts there. No kwamba okusta train bali abantu in safe methods of mining. No kubapela ma licenses. Not if itule mwana we muntu no wasange nchende umufumbwe kulia. Waisa kunokulusa ka obeba timpena ma coordinates. Makwebo kutila oh okay sema hilo. Paka dasta pale chitika. Okay sema hilo. Wayamalo ka dasta border. Vaya kwebo kutila awe inchende pali babene it is part of a larger scale mining so imwe mukati ofiro wayapo kama mining rights kuli aba kulembera nkalata abanga bakulembera but ni shikanshi nempanga yobe wangu bapena abantu bambi efire chitika chiriya chibere shi na twawina my elections uno mwaka kuya bebele nga wasanga God batila chibinda wabamba no kwakanya kuine akanye nga wasanga God mufumbwe yaine God wasanga ifuire God kusunge no kusunga ba government afika kupera papers and it's an advantage to government because the more people you give mining licenses ama artisanal miners, the more you have artisanal miners the way Ghana is doing it, the more you have artisanal miners the way Senegal or Mali are doing it, the more you have artisanal miners the more you have resources coming into the resource envelope of government. If you have number mule kanyi alo mule isala mule amu ino mule yangalila ba UPN mwa isala oh iwe kabombe ukakumaini kabombe ukumaini. This country is not only for UPN. Elo ngamwatumwe na UPN ndi monofe ba UPN na wana wale chalo chesu because aka amoneka febena koza aka apia atikesu aka apia atikesu aka amoneka tio kakamoneka fikale amoneka yo ni foto wala yapo chochi bele shi this year kuya bebe pantu elo lesale panga Zambia alishi bati bonse foto akwata muobukumu muchalo muno tabayi bilati yo ni ba ruling party no.
So you're accusing the UPND of failing to deliver on their promises. They did promise cheaper minimum prices. They did promise to create jobs. Critics will say, well, they have created jobs.
Which jobs?
They have
empowered. Which jobs have they created by UPND?
Empowered youths. They have
which youths have they empowered?
New allowance. They have done quite a number of things.
Ngamwanjeba bota ngamwanjeba ati. Imbia ma youth chairman ba mu UPND. Nangu ba constituent chairman ba mu UPND. Imibiri baile na shena mu government. Ne mibiri ba kwetere oshakulombo bandu ama mine. That's possible. Because now we have got pictures. Tomorrow to you, government. All of a sudden, Nangule Sarapala, Apen Yakupala, Ambokatana, Avana director Papen. Chakana. So I am a fumo to the Pogola on the mark. To therefore, I work in the community away in Yakali. Pantu Zambia, Chalo Chamun to feel you won't say. Zambia ifwile yava umuntu fye onso ukwete amakana ipele shafila kwata mobu kumu chalo chino teifichirilelo elonga mwalanda yemo babota mulelanda pano ati mparedio pano muleba ati ba UPND they have created jobs. Which jobs have they created? By UPND bashile no bufuko no utira we have employed nurses, we have employed teachers. I have a teachers all mwale basta employed baile mufunda mufimuti nicho kwali abakulira ma classrooms nicho kwali abakulira ifpatela ba UPND bakwata system yakutira balana mukuyisula efinde feta bakulire ila kazongola bridge abayitampile ni ba MMD.
Are you accusing them of not creating jobs?
What jobs have they created? I've asked you here. Challenge me. What jobs have they created by UPND?
30,000 health workers.
No, but president wale from private sector. But president wale from private sector. Wale from private sector. What we expected was for him to create a thriving private sector. Tapari face from private sector. There's nothing happening in the private sector. Tamuli inchito.
What you're saying is you agree to the UPND creating jobs in the government.
They did not create jobs. No, but let me enlighten you on that. As a former civil servant, I retired as an assistant director in government. If I live on government here required to my establishments.
Okay.
So, our government in the fill up vacancies. Filling up vacancies no kuingisha abantu are two different things. Ukuingisha abantu inchito nishi ama vacancies opo yali akutafe fulfill fixture. Ukusta create jobs kulando kutila mwali isala mpepetwe kuserenje yale panga mpolo polo ifwetu aisula mpepetwe nomba twakula ipangile mpolo polo elo twaingisha naba bomfi abali 5,000 aboni ishibaume abote bakwangalia kono kwangalia ko ngama umfo umuntu alemye bathi kuli vacancy ku Ministry of Health na tuingisha 15,000 nurses mando ama vacancies mwisho bathi malo fire because wale konke ke apangwa kale chali anguka ukuya kuchapangwa kale ichashupa kutampe chintu ngefifine ifwe twaitampile chilongano cha citizens first ile lo tuli na palo pene tuli mwishi bachi uyu kalaboyo.
You downplaying what the UPND have done in terms of job creation.
I'm not downplaying, but they have done nothing.
To just filling vacancies, to fill spaces.
That's what they have done. That's all they have done. Okay. It's just filling up vacancies. Chapwa. Because civil service here requires establishment. How many people should be employed in the army? How many people should be employed in the health sector? How many agriculture extension officers should we have? How many? You can't say in our president Mailo. Ona sangati abantu bali for 6 minister of agriculture at all. Standing replace some vacancies. Na ana party yet mamona abape nefe na ingira needs to create 6 jobs. They to create 6 jobs kudia hiyo because kuli into anikani. Ukusta create jobs ni fitulela ndalelo ifwe. Ukutila ngati waisa. But I want to say bakafundisha aba colleges. Those who have finished colleges and they are still languishing in the compound. We have said that system is coming to an end. We want to go back to a system where teacher and apuisha because makers. What is a free education number? You can't ala fundation. How would they absorb? Because I want me because if you have a free education, if you feel go. If education yawe yako masa if you want to free education yesu ikaba in such a way that abali mu private school nabali mu free education mu government schools, the quality of education imweni shishibe. The time we are watching your father on ZNBC TV report, if we to more free education na the Saka boys are by LBS boys. It was proper free education. Tualeka no kuya ku tops. Tualeka no kuya ku pads ile. Is tualeka nina. Tuamwene kwa mentality kwa kwa moyo nipi because of free education ya londoloeke. Tuamwene kwa kuya ku private school ni shuri chikopo. Tuale basaka no kubaseka tulia ku private school abantu bakwatana ba ku private school. Government school are the best. Ile longa mafuyalo like hapo ne kugana. abantu baluwile okuya kuma private school, kuma government schools, not about private schools. But ilelo muleba nabane na umwana wanje nali mufunyabo balapa school wawo alba private number. Bantu asambi. That is wrong.
Share with us briefly how you intend to create jobs, unlike just filling up vacancies like you have put it.
How will we create jobs? First of all, the folk me okutila mu mining sector. Mwaliba amala kuna zayengi sana. There are too many financial loopholes which are there.
Okay.
When we come in government, we are going to close those financial seepages. So therefore, every money will be accounted for. And how will we do that? We are going to create a body. What is being exported should be in congruence with what is mined, so that government can get value for money. And the mines should start doing their corporate social responsibilities. Now, to avoid from the financial seepages, which to more agriculture. Now, my picture by China. By China from 2008, in fact 1998 to date, China took themselves out of poverty using agriculture. Ilelo muno Mzambia mwabomfishe for agriculture. You put money in there, you have started beating the cost of living. Because makwata ama farmers, our success umufundo wachipa. Makwata ama farmers, aba kwete figayo, umwinenga lefa amata wakutashitisha. Umwinenga lefa kuta apela mataba, apela sampo, apela ifya kutafya nkumba, apela ifya kutafya nkoko. Ambo kupangenda wa much more. There will be money to be expended. Already we are beating the cost of living. Techo cheka. Cost of living yuko yuma. Ma industries ane ture kulanga tuwa some government. Efika for cost of living. Kusa panchi. Pantu ile elo. Kama chumo ne ratio ya malofwa. Munga ndai munga mwafi. Maya ndafi mwe kwa George lelo. Mwe kwa George. Mwe Marapodi. Just go in Marapodi. And check for yourself. Inganda imo ni 2 rooms. Ba mo limbi abantu 12. Muli 2 rooms. Ba mo abantu 12 muli 2 rooms. Tuma abachalo echo. Hello ba president kwa bula Nelson bayana pa TV ati ni olole. Zambia kwanisa single digit inflation. Ufuna futi ni olole. Zambia futi ya chani Eurobond debt restructuring. Kwa bula Nelson debt restructuring efishifo. Debt restructuring ukongola fe nkongole. Ukola wati ni olole. And yet you have continued borrowing. Today ni kutila imwe. In the last 4 years, iba UPN iba the government. Nibaka shika womi. Na mune fashtire bota. Twaikele 4 years. 4 years ukabula malite. 4 years ukabula malite. How can the cost of living be better like that? How? Bantu, abalumendo mababa shops bali isala mondo malite. Abakashana masalon bali isala mondo malite. Mie muipushe mwa George mwe mfema mkalinga lingo mwini. Niyanga ama butcheries ya bomba lelo. Bali isala muna ndo malite. Hello ba isala ona kabiri. Ati yo the farm to pay another 5 years if into forward. Chiweleshi.
Let me take you back to the issue of free education. You did mention that you want to enhance, perhaps make it better as it is. What plans do you have in terms of the education sector?
Nachimeva inukutila free education ifanga tuwaisaba citizens first. We are going to continue with free education, but not only fashion maisendelemo. Abamangalo basendelemo. Tafsendele serious. Bantu mkabe pusha wena bati ni ulule. Abe school bawo, ba ku school nshi. Mkabe pusha abe school be bapa mukanda wile primary school. Obaya. Mkabe pusha usheba abe school benu. Bali shwa bofi pamone kapantu andikane. Paka manga primary school. Bantu free education batuletera ide. Baya panga free education ukupangira mabasi drivers. Ukupangira marketeers. Ukupangira ba igo. Owapangira free education. Olo bena abana babo baleya ku Lake Road. Baleya ku International School of Lusaka. Free education to require. Need a bota. Ineba tata, ba minister. But na dim same class. Na bale to bombera. Payadi pamiesu. Longe kazu. Same class. Twalim same class. Na Edward Chigaga. Ba wishwa ineba minister of finance. Twalim same class. Na Kafuta Mulemba ba wishwa ineba secretary general vamuyunipi avo se tulelandapo vari vana vavakateveve but navana vavamaid navana vavagarden boy twari musame class ida free education vakaunda vasirembisaji noti valetele yakwevati imwe free education imwe twaletela panto imagine nomwana wafe wako adisina walekana okuya mu-government school vadisina walekana no my son techayo kuya utwanba hala iwe disi temwana free education but fiance
what you intend to do and like just criticize
what we intend to do is to make it free and fair, to make it in such a way that the children of the rich, the children of the underprivileged can all seek to go and see the headmaster for a space at that school, because
the question is
there'll be quality education.
How are you going to do it? How are you going to do it? Are you increasing on teachers?
Marry it.
Are you...
How do we do the free education and do it properly? We have said, first of all, we are going to deal with the pupil-teacher ratio. We need to have more teachers churned into the schools. That is one. Secondly, it is the quality of education. We need laboratories in these schools. We need tools that they should be using in these schools. We need them to have, my teachers need to have the exact tools. Once we have that in place, then the free education really is viable, because abantu bakalekala panshi iyo. Ino nadi mu free education to alimu. Bale tupela, ama books bale tupela. Ama pencil bale tupela. Ama rubber bale tupela. And every Friday bale tupela na milk. So, if I to offer free education ya kutiela, naba minister, naba director, n'abana bakwa maid, abana bakwa bus driver, abana bakwa lesha street, wonse kuti bakumana mu same class, but to education malepoka, it's of high quality.
So the current free education policy equally came with the feeding program, where
so UPND is full of talk. It's just full of talk. You're in the feeding program, we are going to investigate it. How qualitative is it in the feeding program? How qualitative is it? Because it's easy to say 10 to the lunch. No more the lunch. Ni lunch is where mukudia. Oh, na inda mukudia lunch and mukudia lunch. Nembara to the lunch. So you're in a feeding program, we have to investigate it. And we have to ensure that the feeding program is not just given because vana wabalanda. It must be qualitative. It must be a balanced meal that is going to keep our children not stunted. Because of it, and UPND. Balanced out. You need to have balanced diet given to our children. It's the only way.
The current feeding program is not.
I am saying we are going to interrogate it. We are going to interrogate it. We want it to be a balanced diet that giving our children. No, what need prison. We want our navels we rambo to school. Nisha tau chiremba ya chiramo, because they'll start running away. Today for our navesunga school should look forward to doing that. Now my hospitals they should be giving our patients food. They do a patient ule no chloroquine, ule no aspirin, ule no panadol, on an empty stomach. That's why they were giving food in hospitals. Today, no hospitals, they were epic of what? They were epic of what Chamutu wishes. Never know what they finish. No, when a patient had body bed, without me, I'm talking about bed. Patient and let me know with a patient to the home. It should be small. All those things, we have to change those things, because that's not the way it should be.
So,
and this year is the chance to change all those things. If you should, that's why we are saying, I'm coming to the presidency with experience. Many people say, oh, Kalabali were boastful, Kalabali were arrogant, oh, Kalabala yumfwa, because Kalabamana kwati. I'm just stating a fact. There is a government to correct our errors. No, you're not in the past administration. No, you're in the current administration. We need to correct these wrongs for Zambia to have a better life, a better service delivery.
You're criticizing the UPND on a single digit inflation. You're saying it's not reflective to how much a bag of mili meal costs. What plans do you have in terms of the economy?
First of all, there's a lot of money in this economy. When you ask our colleagues at the Bank of Zambia, they'll tell you that every year Zambia is losing about 1.5 billion to about 6 billion in tax avoidances in Dalama. We are losing all that kind of revenue because of crookedness in the system. If we stop financial seepages in ensuring that we begin taking hold of that money, it's going to help the economy in a diversity of ways. To allow in financial seepages, about 6 billion we are losing every year. We will use that money, pump it into agriculture. We will use that money, pump it into the health sector, and things will start changing. But now things can't change because we keep on borrowing money, even when we've got God everywhere. It can't be that way. So if our economy ubunga bukabuela shani, ubunga bukabuela because ama farmers wakalapoke no mfundo wa kumanina. Ama farmers, farmers wakakwata ama incentives. Not if shirili elo ya kutila, abantu wamobe enefi, awobe neba sheripira ama 6 billion every year we are losing. Futi na mbapela ama tax incentives, na mbapela ama tax holidays for 5 years. Same businessmen and women, haba nabo. Eba lesta benefit. Elo baista kuli mwati fintu ni forward. Ni forward kuli we na haba le ikuda. Ni forward kuli we na haba le ikuda. Ivo fema le chula. Fema le sta struggle with the economy in this time and age. We are saying, we are ready.
Critics argue that, well, it's easier said than done. It's easy for you to say you do ABC, but give us practical ways on how you're going to do all these things. How are you going to reduce inflation? How are you going to ensure that a bag of mili meal is reduced, aside from just empowering farmers? What else are you going to do, really, as citizens first?
Look, I have been explaining. How are we going to reduce the price of mili meal? Inanisha abenga bali abakalamba bandi abalandira tinga naingira mu office 10 hours 14 hours nishunga wa punch inendela ndokutila. When I become president, the first thing that we will do is to close our financial seepages in the mining sector. Senda matulelusa every year to ala shibula shidia, pump it into agriculture. Na pumping it into agriculture, already the farmers walamba upoko mfundo ukumanine. Amba farmers walapoko mfundo ukumanine, walambo kulima bwino, and the government will be able to buy their produce on time. There will be liquidity in the economy. And amba farmers, avene, government will give them a incentives ya kupange figayo nga walefu haya. Tuwa kongole figayo. Wakati labe nenga walefu ambo kuipangiro ubunga. Ubunga bukafula on the market to an extent that ubu inefe price. You know, the law of economics is very easy. If there are a lot of goods on the market, the price comes down because they have got a diversity of choice. Kutibaya pali baaroni, kutibaya pali bota, kutibaya pali anode. They have got a diversity of choice. So, now if that is what we are going to push on the market. Naturally, how are you going to create jobs? Ukutila mwichino echalo. Tamulisha nchito pantu tulevula nchito tuletu makufia rufimbi. Ndalanda lionsa pa komaila nondo nishipadi ulema. Ndalanda lionsa ine ukutila ngamwatimu mwone mukula tria wa mno Mzambia. Shamu alishoba boda ukutila ila ne mukula tria muleva sumi nishokola sende fimuti. Wasende fimuti wale tuwala kuchina. Ila mukula tria tulotumuti ama Chinese balila kwefe yako pantu wana nemi nwebena omfe tumuti tulotumuti balila kwa ma Chinese tutuma kuli mukula 3 tulotumuti ama Japanese balila tutuma kuli mukula 3 tulotumuti ama Vietnamese balila tutuma kuli mukula 3 nomba ngana mukwata mukula 3 mwebene muno mwine Mzambia eno mwabebe okutila hawe chibinda wabamba nokwakanyakanye tulefwaya iyi mukula 3 tulefwaya ile ya ama logs mule pandilo tumuti kulya. Tulefa muno mwine Mzambia umwambiro kupanga ututumuti. For China, they are over 1.5 billion abantu kudya. Now, we pay a contract here 200 million on a daily basis. Nibanga youth wakingirisha nchito. Lulu mbirwa mulanda kukakata. Nomba mwakwata abantu wa perfume. Wenanga vaya sama perfume. Tapane fa mubumba okola yo because we should have seen industry thriving already amukula tree. Ila ine mukula tree even filefta kofi amfuti. Nukuli mukula tree kifuma fili. Why can't we start making kumufumbo? Utumu itoma Chinese. Why can't we start making muserenje? Ifta kofi amfuti. Why can't we start making munomu ine mulusaka? Ila ine wood. Ila mukula tree. Ila ine ya apapenzi. Ila wood ya apapenzi. You make it from here. Once mwapanga nama industries bota. Nishimu haisule chalo. Aba icheva kalafu mu George compound. Wale ya mukumba uma industries because namu wapangila. Abantu wale sale ntungurushi. Unomwaka. Umulandu wa kutila wale umfajulu mbolufu mnena aluwama. Abantu wale sale ntungurushi unomwaka. Umulandu wa kutila yo. Awapantu eba alipo. Kashi nakali kutiba abuela. Wakonka nyepo kulabo. Awe. Nangu ababa alipo. Wakonka nyepo. Abantu wale sale ntungurushi. Pantu nabasi nimishamu katika mtima wabo. Ukutila. Ntungurushi nga ya isapo. Kapanga kwa 50%. Tatulefuaya abantu kubwekera mu government. Bambe nakabiri kutila yo business ya ndio pana fumile po mu government ya aliwa. Nomba lesa kanisha atebe tampela. Mukwaye nomba tubombe. No. Bachula abantu besu pafula. Balefuaya emiti ufpatela.
Just before we allow those calls, talk to us about where you're drawing your confidence that you'll make president come August, because you came out third in 2021. One would say, well, not really close to making president.
Abantu kutwande fere fokulanda. They can say, yo Kalaba to be president, yo Kalaba to be president. That is up to them. Inendela ndo kutila. Elo na fumine mu PF na aleka mu 2017. Abantu bale be prophet Kalaba alawekela mu PF. Ifalela. O mpeni ko fe 2 months alawekela mu. Mpeni ko fe 6 months alawekela mu. Chawekele mu. Akabwelela numa kalalia. Akabwelela numa kalalia. So, ine ndela ndo kutila. Inenga Harry Kalaba. Na tuipele shaifuenga wa CF kusa mu government. Elo, confidence ilefu mabweza. Ilefu pamulando wa kutila. Ama chusha wantu wale pitamu. Abantu na wale checheta. Wale foku mwana. Unga teka Zambia wino ni nani. Mula nduwe nenga Harry Kalaba. Na tuipele shauna mwaka. Utiloko tulipano. Tule shendi pano na ifo tuteke kucharo chenu. Tu kontrole Zambia hilo. Ifindifiwe kwa wino. Pantu. Teve ufindifiwe kwa wifi. Bami na masupa mtu ilafola. Na ali minister. Antemwa sana buka itemwa. Antemwa buka itemwa. Ngashale kelebo minister. I would have continued being minister if it was about me. But when I realized it's about the people, that's why I stopped. I am coming into government. We are hoping people are going to vote for us this year because they know the track record. If it were bomba want to artificial. In foreign affairs minister. In fact, about the longest serving foreign minister in this country. We're talking about social cash transfer. Social cash transfer. Who signed for that social cash transfer? We're talking about, you're not to the Osaka International Airport. Go and check who signed Osaka International Airport. You're living in Manawasa Hospital. When were they? It's me seated here. Now when I am to negotiate on 7 So, Twalibombele, Bandola, Aula, Levi Manawasa Stadium, Moko, Bandola International Airport, refurbishing of Harimangan Kumbla International Airport. Where Manawasha in Harry Kalaba. That is the same thing Otwale Bombe feel. We want to make sure the same work we did. Or not if you're a minister. We want to take it down to another level. President. So yes, I'm confident. If you watch it, yes, we came number 3 in 2021. Nakabi enough number 3 in 2021. Again, enough number 3 na imova bota. This time we have to make progress. And baka in the HLM. number 3.
Let me ask you this. What happens then if you don't make president? You continue trying if you don't make president this year?
Let me tell you the truth. When you look at people who become presidents, mine is to offer myself to the people. God himself will decide. If God says Kalabatawa will never president this year, let him win. But me, I am here. I'm doing everything I should do within my powers to ensure that this year, will I continue showing my elections? Of course. Why not? Of course. Because we didn't form a party to just save my interests as Harry Kalaba. Upanga citizens first. To bring it to the level it is. We never had councillors. We now have councillors. We never had MPs in the citizens first. We are now going to have members of parliament. Oh, I can tell you that seated here already, we have counted maybe about even 10 seats the CF is going to win. Already, just seated like this. We are confident that we are going to have these seats going into parliament. So, already for me, that is what is important. That's why you have seen that, yo, Kalaba, you are not having a rallies. I said, Chiramuto na method akwatire process. If we number to lefwire to cement, Chirefwa chiwe fileta in 2020 sellers, Mabula probably. You filled 158 MPs or 132 MPs, Mabula for 0. No. This time the party is growing. This party is stable. This party is visionary. This party is not here just because we have my elections. This party has come.
Is it the one-man show?
No. No. The CF is a very broad-based party. Very broad-based party. We have got, now we have even got our Orange Alliance partner friends, colleagues who are there. That tells you Harry is not alone. Now we have got various leaders in various positions. Except most of them now are going in parliament. And it's good for them. Let them go in parliament.
Let's take away the name Harry from the citizens first. Do you think the party will still survive?
It will survive. The party will survive even when you take away Harry Kalaba. Because you have Levson Mumba in there. You have Comrade Chintu. You have Faith Muntali. You have Kasese Bota. You have Brian Chonya. You have Max Chongwu. You have Mulenga. You have Arnold Wonshabadiapa. The party has grown, eh? It's grown big. So it's not even about Harry Kalaba. It's about an army of leaders behind. I am only being used for now.
Okay.
As their leader.
So quickly, just as we allow those calls, when did you launch your manifesto, if at all you have?
We launched our manifesto way back in 2024. 2024.
Okay.
We launched our manifesto. We are a very organized political party. We launched our manifesto in 2024. And that is the manifesto we are using because it's a manifesto which is taking us into the elections and which we will use to implement our programs as a political party.
We're having a conversation with the Citizens First President Harry Kalaba. You can quickly get in touch, ask a question or two on 0956-200-490. It's allowed this call here. Hello, morning.
Yes, good morning, my brother. How are you?
Very fine, sir. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
This is the voice of the voices, Mr. Chihuahua, calling from Dora.
Mr. Chihuahua.
Yes, yes.
Welcome, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir. How are you?
Listen to my, I just want to thank you first and foremost for the way you have been changed as far as especially to the government of the day to day. And you have been so patient to the good language, so motivating, so to say. Yes. Me myself, I like following people who are sober-minded and who are vision. And I'm counting you to be my president in 2021. Why am I saying so? I want agents to end up with the next term so that you come in while you have a you have got a very good vision. Now, it doesn't mean about your plan, the double as you have been checks and balances, continue in the same way. Because Chadi language, Chadi tribalism, so many better things you have mentioned in and that's why I'm saying yes, I will not give you a vote this time.
Thank you.
I'm sure that you.
Thank you.
My candidate, thank you and good morning.
So you want to vote for me?
Well, he did say that he would not vote for you this time.
Then he called.
Maybe 2031. Come through on 0956200490. Ask a question or two. We do have Mr. Harry Kalaba, who's Citizens First President. The number to call is 09562000 Manifesto in 2024.
2024, yeah.
These are the things you don't usually talk about. Mostly we just see criticism without an alternative, especially on your social media platforms.
No, unless you're not following our social media, because everybody was there to see that we are launching that manifesto, but also we have been getting snippets of our manifesto, and we've been sharing it on various social media platforms.
Okay.
We can also give you a soft copy, which you should, because we've got a soft copy. Share a soft copy with Bota. We have a manifesto, and the other day on Diamond TV they were showing the manifesto for CF and the manifesto for UPND. And what did they discover? They discovered that our manifesto is more detailed. Our manifesto is more enlightening. Manifesto yesu yalishika, not nama jokes. UPND batola what kabamba kuku. If a manifesto yesu yalishika, it is talking to the needs of bus driver. Takuwa wewe muntu leisha basi ya muntu 10 years wasta basi yowe chakana. Na bona wala businesses yama yangu. Na bona wala businesses yama taxi drivers. Kyonse ifito fati control for manifesto yesu. Tulando kuti lama yangu drivers na bobantu. Imwe mulanina yangu pano ba Bota. Tabaka no ruse mwana pano yangu mulea ku town. Malipiro muntu 20 kwa chati. God bless you. No, let's
allow the score. Let's allow the score here. Hello, morning. Very fine.